Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Indigo Diamond here with another video, here to talk about the latest episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 7. It's going to be a double feature today. I'm still going to do two separate videos for this. Yes, it was my birthday this week, so I've been kind of like busy slash unwell with like some of it, so that's why I haven't done the video for this episode yet. But yes, today we'll be talking about the acting challenge. So before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and tell me down below, who are you rooting for? I'm still Jinkx. Still Team Jinkx. So yes, acting challenge. So it was Santa's School for Girls, and there was loads of different references in this from many different things. As the winner from the last episode, Trinity gets to essentially pick the roles. Trinity essentially tries to give everyone the role, like a role they want, and poor Jinkx doesn't get anything. So yeah, Jinkx, we get down to it, and then it's sort of like there's the role that no one wants, and then the role that both Monet and Jinkx want. So because Trinity has an alliance with Monet, she gives Monet that role. Honestly, no one really did bad this episode. It's starting to get to that point where it's getting really, really hard to decide who's going to be in the top and who's not, because everyone's doing so well. This episode was just one of those times, you know. Honestly, so the top two were Vivienne and Raja. I love Raja. I think she did a great job. For me, I maybe would have picked either Shea, Monet, or Jinkx to be in the top instead. Jinkx had a really small part that she didn't want, and she ran with it and did a phenomenal job. Shea was the straight character, and you know, she did a really good job. Like when she did the "this is not a musical" funny, she was the one that made that funny for me. Monet, when she relaxed into sort of just doing her voice rather than putting on a voice, absolutely phenomenal. You know, the bit where her character was supposed to be killed, and she's like dodging, and then it hits, and she's like, wrong bit, and then dodging again, and she's, oh, now you got me. And then the bit at the end where she comes back, she's essentially like comes back to life, and she is like, am I mad about being killed? Yeah, a little bit, but am I glad I got the summer off? Oh yeah. It's like, what? It's like, this is brilliant. Why are you back alive again? Raj did do a good job. Jaida did an alright job as well. I just feel like those other three were, for me, better options to be in the top with the Vivienne than Raja. I do love Raja to pieces though, and I suppose there are many times that we thought Raja should have been in the top and she wasn't, so maybe balancing it out. You know, Trinity did do a good job. She was essentially the dumb character. Yvie did a very good job, but for me, Yvie's character was very reminiscent of her one from the acting challenge back in season 11. So I think, again, for me, it was kind of like, it was good, but I don't know, I somehow felt like I'd maybe seen it before. The Vivienne did give me a bit of that as well. A lot of her vocal choices very much sounded more like Trump than anything else. And I was like, because she was saying she was trying to channel like Faye Dunaway as Joan Crawford. And I'm sat there going, I'm very much getting the Orange Menace. It's like, I don't know if what it was is the script was very much leading that way, because it very much was leading that way with some of the lines like, I want to make Christmas great again. I'm wondering if that's why she ended up kind of like slipping into that accent, which is the only thing I was a bit like, okay. But her performance was great. I thought she did a phenomenal job as that character. The lip sync, that was interesting. So Raja did really well in the lip sync. I think it was clear that Raja was going to win. The Vivienne almost felt desperate in the lip sync to me. And more so, especially when I think it was Monet said Raja's killing it, she was like, oh, I need to do something, and I need to do something now. And then she ended up trying to do like a cartwheel, and she didn't really do it very well. And you could see the sort of panic on her face when she like managed to kind of like save the land and not end up just flopping onto the floor. The guest judge said it was a nice save. It wasn't. It was a save, but next week she seemed fine. So no injuries, which is the important thing. As much as I'm never too sure how I should feel about Vivienne, because sometimes I don't mind her. She does really good in the challenges, but then some of the things she just says in like the workroom and the confessionals and that, I'm like, oh, I don't like you. So it is one of those things that I never, like, if I ever met her, I wouldn't hold any Drag Race stuff against her, because this is a TV show, and we must all remember this, that if you meet any of these queens in person, what they've done on the show is a very, very minuscule thing of who they are as a person. So Jeremy, very perfect example of that, formerly known as Fifi O'Hara, one of the sweetest people I've ever met. He is so lovely and super cute in person. But he's just such a nice person. And, if you just go with what you saw on season 4 or All Stars 2, you're not going to get that. And, it sucks that so many people hold on to that sort of stuff when they meet people like that. Honourable mention here for the guest judge. I can't remember what her name is. I'm terrible with names, unless it's someone I've known for a while. So, the guest judge so she is a director. That is what she does. And watching her be like the director of the scene, of the scenes, you can tell that's what she does, and that she is phenomenal at what she does. She gave great advice to the queens. She was very chilled, and I feel like her being there made it 10 times better than it would have been anyway. So yeah, phenomenal having her there. She did an amazing job. I would love to see her come back again. And yeah, I would like to see going forward, like, them bring actual directors in, or like people that do this, to help with the acting challenges. Because as funny as it is having like Michelle there, having Ross, having Carson, having RuPaul, I don't know, having someone like her in there was just such a nice change in the atmosphere for the acting challenge, and it just made it feel so much better. The runway category was it knitted? Essentially like knitted wear. Vivienne had an amazing knitted gown. Jinkx looked amazing. I mean, everyone looked great. Yvie said that hers was something she's spent ages making. You could tell it looked good. The only thing I didn't like was the bit covering her like nipples. But everything else on her outfit I loved. Trinity came out in this really almost like stepmom at a ski resort outfit that was made by a fan. That looked great. Monet Exchange looked amazing. She was very sort of like urban, kind of like girl down the street sort of thing. Looked really good. Shea Coulee looked amazing. It's just, this season's very difficult to talk about because, for the most part, everyone's doing really well. And yeah, it just don't know what to do. But yeah, so Vivienne's now up to 2 stars. Raja joins the 2-star club, and Raja wins the lip sync, but she blocks Jaida. Now, Jaida makes the most sense because she's on 3 stars. You want to try and block her because she is clearly the front runner at this point, and you want to make sure she's not going to get any more stars, because if she does get more stars, then it's one of those things. She's probably pretty close to being in the finale at this point anyway. You want to stop her getting any closer. So completely understand blocking Jaida. Makes the most sense. And now, is it Raj is the only one that's not been blocked. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. See how that works out. It's going to be interesting. Right. That's going to be all from me today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video. Tell me down below, who are you rooting for? Who do you want to be crowned the first Queen of all Queens? And how are you finding the season? Are you enjoying the season? Are you hoping for a second one at some point? I personally am. I would love to see a second season. I would also love to see them maybe incorporate some of the other franchises into it. So like this season we had the Vivienne, but there are so many other franchises out there now, and so many of them have obviously winners. You know, we've got Canada. I would love to see them invite someone like Priyanka back. I would love to see Alaska and Bob come back. You know, we've obviously had 2 more winners, UK, and by the time they do another one, we'll probably have more. You know, they could invite the winner of Drag Race Down Under. We've got Spain, we've got France, we've got Italy. We've got so many, and the franchises are just growing. You know, they've got so many to choose from. I would like to see it not just be the Americans and one British queen, especially considering, you know, no one's going home, and I would like them to keep that format. If for no other All-Stars, then I would like to see them keep that format at least for the All-Winner season of no one going home. I think it as much as they're panicking a bit about the stars, you know, they're not panicking about the, oh god, I could go home. You know, it kind of allows them to relax into challenges more. Like, you know, some of the design challenges don't seem as stressful as much as, yes, they still got the time limit. You know, they know at least they're not going home. And, you know, as was it Yvie and Jaida said, you know, they have the opportunity where if they want to try something different, they can, without the fear that, oh, that's going to land me in the bottom, I might go home. So, yeah, I'd like to see that keep going forward. I would love to see it on the normal All-Stars, if I'm honest, as well. I think it would be great, even if, again, they just, you know, cut the cast down and had it as 8 queens, like the All-Winner season, just went, like, we're doing this, but you're going to be here all season. That's why we've done it. You know, completely fine with that. I would just love to be able to see the queens not panicking about going home and just being able to show what they can do all season. It's something I would like to see. Let me know down below. Is that something you'd like to see? Is that something you'd be interested in? I know a lot of people have asked them to sort of like change the elimination process for things like All Stars because of, you know, UK versus the world with Jimbo and Pangina. So I don't know. We'll see. That's all from me. I will see you lovely people next time. See ya.